commercial break. I write crime books, and I've always loved crime since I was quite a small child. And one day on the way to work, I came up with a way of murdering somebody that I'd never read in anybody else's books. So I thought it would be a good idea to write it down, and initially I thought it would make a good film. So I signed up to a screenwriting course, I was in Swindon at the time, and it was being run by a young director called David Yates, who has now directed Harry Potter. He was just at the start of his career, and he'd done episodes of The Bill and the commercial for Lloyd's Bank. And he said, you can't really get a film made unless it's been a book first. And I thought, okay, I'll go and write a book. And I didn't really know what that involved, but I figured I'd read quite a few, so it couldn't be very difficult. And several years later, I still hadn't written the thing. But eventually I went back to it, and I finished it in 2001. It's this book here. And I took it to an agent who suggested I made it book 3 in the series. Just before this, I'd moved up to the Cambridge area. And so the book that came out first was this one here. Now, all the books feature my detective called Gary Goodhew. And I particularly like talking in Cambridge because the books are all set in Cambridge, and my detective lives just on Parker's Piece. And he's wanted to be a policeman since he was about 12 years old, and I suppose he's the detective I wanted to read in other people's books and couldn't quite find. He's not sort of at the end of his career, he's not sort of washed up, he's just starting out. He's 25, he's made it to DC in sort of the shortest possible time, and Cambridge Blue is his first murder investigation. This book was last year the best-selling crime novel in Heifers, and Waterstones in Cambridge just sold its 1,000th copy. So it's doing really well as the first in the series. The fourth in the series, this one becomes a paperback this summer, and the fourth in the series comes out this summer as well. I'm not going to say anything else really, except that if you're in the bookshop and you fancy something different to read, or you want to download something and you'd like to maybe read something that's set locally, I'd be really pleased if you would consider one of my books. Thank you.